It slices. It dices. It cauterizes. The plasma cutter. Excuse me. Ooh, sirens. That's not good. Pop the chat out. Boy. Oh, yeah, I didn't even make it go on live tweet. I forgot about it. Oh no, can't misspell my own name. That'd be bad. That says old. That's weird. Which was whatever. Okay. So let's switch back. Chat. Instant stream elements picking. Just Photoshop down. Slow. Okay. Oh, there it is. There we go. Cool. Everything is good. I did not remember what I was doing. I was very tired when I saw that. One of Zoe's entries revealed a secret plan, run away and join the Marauder camp to the east. Now that you know our location, head to the camp, see if she's alive. That's right, we're looking at information in her apartment. Got it. Hey. Like I said, hopefully you get a video of episode 2.
Got it? Inline noises. Here we go! Nice one!
Oh shit. He exploded.
Let's get through! Wrong! We doing something else! Everyone all right? I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I need you to clarify something.
I'm great at clarifying.
Are you a prisoner?
No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find but a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse? I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them.
Okay. Well, there was something else actually.
I've got all the time in Halcyon.
I've been sent to
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
830 persuade. Oops. I'm not going to use that. It's a 22. Well, next level up I could get. Otherwise, I don't know how else to get her. Okay, so what other quests? Damn it. What other quests can we do? I gotta find 3 volumes. Which one's this? Alright. Everyone has discovered undead. Explore bonus. It's all good. Wrapped it up. Oh, these things are gonna be terrifying to fight.
Let's end this quick.
that's right. I forgot we got a bunch of stuff. Mods. Oh. No, I didn't break my legs. I keep forgetting I have to hold down the button to leave. I'm so used to just pressing it in most games. Yeah. Change my status on Twitter. Looks like the next level's this way. That wasn't so good. Oh wait, isn't this actually... Here the enemies were. Sneak right on in there. I just remember there being a bunch of robots. I wonder if it was just for that specific mission. I don't know if they do that or not. Oh, my eyes. From the planet to your living room. Downstairs. More stairs. Borrowed a copy of Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. I think it's volume 3. I need something to read down. Copyrighted what I just said. I can't win.
Get away! Go away, Phantom!
That's really slow.
Get away! No, just leave me alone. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot, scram.
Shoot.
You can talk? The Phantoms never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
I was not expecting him to say that.
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
Okay, what exactly do you
Oh,
do?
Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
Last one.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you worked on those mechanicals, there was no way to
Look,
stop it.
I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
Shit. I can deal with mechanicals. I made it this far.
You know, you remind me of myself, Galactic Adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Mechanicals follow that behavior illogically.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
I appreciate that. Do you know where I can find a lot?
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
Okay, well, I'll just excuse myself. As I hold his jogging gun out while I talk to him. Actually, give me your clothes. Okay. Oh, did it again. So, we have one volume. Okay, well, let's climb it. On to the next volume. Finish that side quest and we'll do whatever he was asking about. That's one thing too, man. Like, you get a bunch of side quests and you're like, oh, let me do this. And then during one, you get like 2 more. You're like, wait, what? No, I'm still not done with this one yet. Hold on. Unless if it takes place within the same area, then you're like, alright, cool. I'll just knock this out while I'm here. But some of them are like, hey, can you do this thing? It's like, oh, it's over here. it could be my headset. Ugh. Is that a little better? I'm not using the same. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I'm not using the same mic I was using earlier. This one's different. There we go. Alright. Okay, oh, it's inside the cannery. I was just in here earlier. I don't know why I didn't tell me to do it. This way, I think, goes upstairs. Yeah. Yeah, excuse me. Going up here. This. Oh, what? Other side? Yeah, here we go. Got him. Find all 3 volumes. Oop. I'll head back to Thomas when we finish that quest. Is the game really like Fallout, as they said when the game came out? It does feel like it a little bit. I mean, obviously without the VAT system. It kind of reminds me of like it has like a BioShock feel to it a little bit. Nope, made that mistake last time. Not that way. This one? Nope. I forget which way I came in. I think it was this way. Yeah, here we go. Got it. This is like a puzzle. Yeah, I mean, I can see the Fallout vibe though, for sure. I guess it's just there's certain way things pop up that made me have like that BioShock vibe as well. This is only my second time playing it. I just started playing last night. Raptidon. Alright, I want to see something. Nope. I'm just gonna keep doing that, aren't I? Okay. There we go. I was like, I should be able to have fast travel by now, right? I'm tired of running back and forth. A new original masterpiece from the director of Agent Khan and Island of Murder. Titus Androidicus. Artitus. Alright. Let's see what happens. The guy who invented fast travel should be recognized as a world hero, right?
What happened? Sprat fell into a transformer again?
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Not only did I find one, I found all 3.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
Wait, I can't just give them all 3 at once.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Hold on, there's
Don't
more.
keep me in suspense.
How about part 2?
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
Hold on, there's more.
Don't keep me in suspense.
Oh, the same reaction. Come on.
The
There you go.
geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible! You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a
Well, it
complete
was.
set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Miss Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Oh, really?
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here.
See
I
if I'll
get
leave when I
sick
get one of
thinking
those
about
gifts,
working
though.
at the cannery. I can't do that again. You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a
Yeah.
lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox.
Yeah,
It's just-
dude, do it.
Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her. You know where to find me.
Alright, well. I thought maybe I'd convince him. Okay. So, what's next? Yeah, 'cause I gotta talk about trying to convince Reed to step down. I don't know if that's gonna happen though. Logic. How far away is that? Is fast travel there too? Yay! I'm trying to remember what the first game was that I played that had fast travel, and I was like, oh my god, yes. I think it was Oblivion, actually. Elder Scrolls. Because I remember I had no issue walking to each town and exploring everywhere, but then once I realized you could fast travel between spots, I was like, oh sweet, that saves me a lot of time. It took me a while though. Oh man, I was just in here. I should have, I even thought to myself, I'm like, I feel like I should check my quest while I'm in here, just in case I can knock two birds with one stone, as they say. 48. Yeah, it was pretty warm today. So my phone was like, hey. I was trying to remember the same thing and Elder Scrolls came to mind. Yeah, that's the first thing I can think of. I can't remember if you could do it in Morrowind. I barely played that one. I saw my friend play it and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I saw him play Oblivion and I was like, alright, that's what I'm talking about. That's much more new, I guess. That'd be sweet if they remade Morrowind. Oh man. Oh wait, that's right. We can't unlock it yet because we don't have enough. What was it to do again? The logic module. There's no other way to get it? I don't even know how to get more of those items. Well then. Oh wait, no. 'Cause that's gonna use, I need 40 and then it's gonna use, yeah, it's the same ones. So I need 11 more. Well, nope. As soon as I pressed it, I was like, nope, that's not right. Well then. So I need to level up to convince her And I need to find more of those items. You found a power regulator, return to your ship. Try this. The wizard in Morrowind that falls to his death right in front of you at the start of the game and drops flying spells, one of the coolest encounters ever in RPG. I don't remember that. That's funny though. I just remember when I was playing, what was it? The Shivering Isles or whatever. They said it was supposed to be, or wait, no, maybe I'm thinking of on Skyrim. One of the DLCs is supposed to be like Morrowind. It's like supposed to be the halfway point. I was like, oh, I'm actually go to Morrowind. I think you can in the Elder Scrolls Online, but I barely played that. I mean, I played a lot, but not enough to make it to Morrowind, I don't think. That was probably one of my favorite things about doing Elder Scrolls Online. I just wanted to explore all the areas. I'm like, oh my god, we get to go everywhere. This is fucking cool. He drops a note saying that he's researching a flying spell, but he actually gives you plus 5,000 to jump, so when you try it, you jump so high that you die as soon as you hit the ground. What the fuck? Okay, I was like, is that rock moving? This one? No? Not that way? Around the other way. Gotcha. It's like, no, this isn't Skyrim. You can't jump on the wall at a weird angle and make it around the mountain. To literally go around it. Okay. There we go. That looks right. Well, sir, I'm going to sleep now. Have fun exploring the outer worlds. Hey, man, I appreciate you stopping by. Enjoy your rest. I'll be, playing this for a little bit, and then I'll probably be going to bed myself soon as well. See you later, man. Have a good one. Okay, yeah, I can convince her because she wants me to convince him to step down. And then she wants me to help the girl,
okay.
but I don't have enough level to help her. Well, shit. I'll take that. Oops, I stole that. Good thing nobody's around. I realized as soon as I opened, I was like, wait, that's stealing. Oopsies. I feel like I'm gonna die walking in here. This is creepy. What? Oh yeah, this is Zoe's place. That's right, that's right, that's right. Okay. Damn it. Keep pressing the start button. Journal. I guess we could just return to my ship. That's way over there. What is this? Vending machine? Oh. It's like, why is that symbol there? This one? Yeah, here we go. Going to the landing site. This way we can level up and just come back and do the quests. Not like anything's gonna happen if we don't do them, unless they're time sensitive. But I haven't run into that issue yet, so. Oop. I'm gonna allow this load. I'm gonna sneak out to the kitchen. She got some cookies, and I want one. Sounds so good right now. That's so loud. Sorry, man. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, she got some. They're like Reese Pieces cookies instead of it being M&Ms in them. So good. Okay. Back to my ship.
Is this your ship?
Holy
Oh
fuck!
my
this is good
gosh, she
shit.
is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Oh, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
I'd be glad to have you.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain. So adorable. Love it. Alright.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
You're the one that wanted to come along, dude.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply
Ada.
is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
Okay.
What can I
I have a power
do? You
regulator.
know how to install a power regulator?
No. Oh, I do.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Okay. I think I remember it because I went in there before and she's like, "Don't go in there." Oh, it wouldn't let me do it as I jumped. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, drop it in. Ticket to anywhere. Get your very own ship. Oh yeah. Whee. Oh, my legs. I'm okay. Walk it off.
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are
installed the power
operating within
regulator.
acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
I assume we can come back and do the quest, right? I have an idea. Let's save.
Welcome back, Captain.
And we'll see what happens.
All systems are now operating within acceptable parameters. Shall I take our ship into orbit?
I love that. Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight. I'm totally munching on these cookies, so I keep muting the mic. Like, nope. Crunching, munching on these bad boys. I should have got more water while I was out there. I didn't think about it.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Oh, yeah, been waiting here for a minute.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages,
like, you're totally
lack
fine.
of
Don't worry
supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Huh? Yeah, what do I need a nav key?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly.
Alright, fair enough.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Alright,
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Okay. Got it. Where is that? This thing? Whoa. Okay, so... Can I open my quests or anything? Where are we? We're right here. Oh, no. Groundbreaker. What? I thought I said Monarch? Warning, dangerous. So what happens?
Message from Dr. Wells. He'd like to congratulate you on finding a route to Monarch.
On screen.
Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly.
Yes, Captain. Initiating travel sequence to the groundbreaker.
Okay. I was wondering, I'm like, I don't think maybe I should go there yet, but... welcome to the system map. Here you can see all the planets in the system and the same special points of interest I might have discovered. You can fly your ship to any location you have unlocked, though some landing bays require special codes and keys before you're allowed to land there. Huh.
The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Oh, cool. This way. Alright. Oh, I was like, what button do I hit? Nailed it.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
I love how excited she was. She's like, oh my god, yay. Okay, cookies have been destroyed.
That's not the point. Customs and inspection, right this way.
What's up, dude?
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Shit.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Probably. How do I get this
You'll want to
resolved?
take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
Can't miss it. Do you have any idea why my
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Okay, I'll remember that then.
You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
God, alright.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Whoa, alright.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Excuse me. That's gross. I'm looking for someone named
Offense.
Gladys.
You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
Huh? Can I find a
Maybe.
job around here?
Most of the shipping traffic in the
who knows?
system passes
Got
through
cat hair.
Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
For something a little
Commandant
more local.
Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Happy to help.
Got it.
It's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep.
What? How's
Are you pulling my leg?
work anyway?
You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant Star thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board.
So they run most of the
Yep.
systems, don't they?
Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
How's the
Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are.
So there's actually a boardroom somewhere with all these company heads? in
Sitting
it?
around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself. Glad to help.
Got it.
All right. Be seeing you.
Be seeing you.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again.
It's like
This
another
is
phone
Halcyon
down. Shit.
News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
I'll take that. Hell yeah. Is there stairs anywhere? Oh.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
We got your punch right here.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Hey, what's up,
Huh?
Spacer?
Move along.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a
You-
particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought.
What? Phineas sent me. He said you could sell me a nav heat to sell.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in. Well,
About the opportunity.
I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
With who?
Do you
Zero
know
details.
Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one.
I haven't met her yet.
On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Okay.
Can't say
Or
I
was it
know
a
for
bait?
sure. Maybe it never really was.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those
Right.
corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
Okay. Bandit outposts. Corporate secrets.
Don't
Got it.
forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
Okay.
Anytime,
Bye-bye.
sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
Hey, level up. What were we trying to do? Persuade. And we needed a 30. I think that's what it was. Yeah. Okay. They have a map for in here. They do. Okay. Right. What's up, man?
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
It made me laugh. What kind of business do you and
Didn't
Glad
quite
have?
catch that. You'll have to speak up.
Business?
Glass ear? Sorry, there's a lot of static on my end.
I'm standing right
Nothing
here.
to fear. Sorry again. The sound of Groundbreaker's engines has really got to me over the years.
Are you pretending you can't hear me so you don't have to
Huh?
answer questions?
What? Huh.
Forget it.
Now that I heard. Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown.
You
Our
mentioned
local
Sublight.
garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one.
Okay. You do business with Promenade merchants?
Of course. Most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
Go my way. Didn't really have to talk to him. Just curious.
I'm not going anywhere, you hear?
I'm not going anywhere. You hear?
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Oh, real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our station?
Yeah, this is Chief Junlei's ship. You don't own shit here.
step back. I'm required by board bylaws to use excessive force.
The Mardettes would space you for trying, you waste of O2 scrubbers.
Yeah, O2 scrubbers.
Look, just get out of here before I tell your captain what you've been getting up to on the clock.
Ah, whatever. We got a date at the Lost Hope anyway.
Is this really what you want to be doing with your life, Marcy? Guarding stairs for that long mustache?
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
Yes.
Hi.
Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Oh, I didn't realize this is okay. Sprat fuck? Alice is dead.
This is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have.
What was your relationship?
He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
Yeah, sure did.
That's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die?
Oh. Trust me, you
You're
don't
quite
want to
right,
know
of
the
course.
details.
Best not to pry into such dismal things.
Yeah, it's not good. Again, I'm very sorry.
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Alex never mentioned it.
Well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with? It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's... well, it's my white whale, I suppose.
Yeah. Like I says, I can't tell you where it is.
It's fine. Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work.
Super angry. I don't even remember who that is. To be completely honest. Last one until you now queue for 10,000 bids. I only have 4,000. Okay. New device out, talk more. Yeah, where is it then? This way. Bells, shills.
Rizzo's Knock You Out Bar. A CCN 76 milk chocolate bar with caramel and pea-free nuts in it. It's time for a KYO.
I realized it said X on there. something. Oh, there it is. Okay. For a second, I thought I didn't see it. Be around.
Got it. Heads down.
Alright. Head back this way.
Hey, you got a second?
Oh, yeah, what's up, Felix?
Hey, we don't know each other yet, but I'm Felix Millstone. I was in the middle of a little discussion with the local authorities when you passed me by. I noticed your ship in port. Got to thinking you might be looking for some crew, so I wandered by, just to take a closer look. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me.
Pretty eager to throw in with somebody you barely
Yes,
know.
I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired.
Excuse me.
Sure,
Consider this
an
your
interview. That sounds fair. I mean, first time for everything, right? Ask me anything you like. It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust. Maybe with a little cream on top. Classic.
Are you
kidding?
in a fight?
I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off its servos with one swing of a tossball stick. You can count on me in a scrap, boss. That's a promise.
What's your biggest
Foreman
flaw?
told me my biggest problem was that I didn't take orders. I told him my problem is not with authority, it's with jackasses. So yeah, I guess my biggest flaw is that I don't suffer idiots. Hope that's not a deal breaker.
Huh? You want to tell me why you're
I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
And that's when you resolve your difference like an adult, right?
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Oof. Alright, come on in.
Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
You got a crew now, Felix.
Cool. I wasn't sure if like you get a bunch of people or you just, I mean, it's like what, 3 people now we have to join the crew. What were you going here for? I forget why I told us to go back to the ship. I'm honestly surprised. I'm getting really tired early. Like it's only 9 o'clock and I'm already getting pretty sleepy. I can't remember what time I went to bed last night. It's alright though, I still want to come hang out with you guys for a little bit. I just don't want to fall asleep on stream. I've yet to do it, but I know it's coming one of these days.
Please, would you kindly inform the crew that long chats with Ada are not required every time the captain leaves the ship?
It's upstairs. Ah. Holographic shroud is a disguise on you and your companions. It gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Huh. Alright, well, that's taken care of. Back downstairs. Keep it with the lady. Wait, we can have 2? 2 companions at once? That's badass. Hell yeah. Terror on the Monarch. 12 amazing episodes. Most of shows were 26 episodes this season. Now it's like 8. Like, come on, I need more. Like 8, 10, and 12. Depends on what show it is. So I think The Witcher was only 8 episodes. I was like, no. And then they said that we have to wait till 2021 to get next season. I'm like, no again. Anything but that. That's pretty cool. We can do 2 companions at once. Hell yeah.
Hey, that pad down there,
Hey.
with the lights off, there are people unloading a ship.
Probably another sublight contract haul.
Actually, oh, didn't mean to do that. Should talk. This way. Nope, I think I did this last time. Hard. No. No way.
Rizzle, Triple Berry Crunch. Triple steaks and purple berry flavored.
On my legs. Oh, and I accidentally healed. That's the way I was holding the controller. Shit.
It's almost time for today's episode of The Chairman's Children. Care to listen with me?
10,000 bits, holy crap.
Won a charming copper kettle off that girl who runs the...
Yeah, I don't know if I can, yeah, I don't really have anything I can sell that'll make a big difference, because I need 6,000 more bits, holy shit. So there's one thing. We also do have junk. Can I like sell all? There we go. I was like, there has to be a sell all button.
Great law, is it hot in here? Or is it just my glands acting up again?
It's hot in my room right now.
Yes, dearie? Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
Oops. These buttons, man. I don't know what it is. I'm surprised I don't press B or something when I'm trying to play Skyrim or something. 10,000 bits. Tier 2. Asked you to update Dr. Dorset in sick bay. Okay, let's try this. Oh, what's this? Oh, I'm getting a rest and go card. What? No, I'm not doing anything here. What's up, Felix? Oh, wait, no, those are mine. I like walk in and be like, what is that character doing? No. Some of them had like the loudest ones, I swear. We're behind that guy too.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers.
I know she's in. You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
They said your shipment won't be coming in soon.
He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate.
Oh, that was last one.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Outlaws. I said going to do a quest to get another quest to do a quest.
Rizzo's Lemon Slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
Have either of the assault cruisers ever put into it?
Let me in. Like all I want is back on my ship. Oof. Trying to fight through the sleepiness. I'm getting more tired by the minute. It's so early though, man. I thought I was gonna be able to stream a little longer. Oh man. I probably should have slept a little bit longer today. I think I got up at 7, but I do not remember what time I went to bed, honestly. I went to bed at midnight. That should have been plenty of sleep, but I even ate dinner too. So, unlike last night when I streamed, I didn't eat anything. I was so tired. I'm like, oh my god.
Warning, intruders will be... Oh, it's you.
Morning. So this is where we're at now? I think? Oops. Where did it say to go? Oh, that's right. I forgot we got these guys when we were about to. Skill. Ah, there it is. I see it. Going. I'm laying in bed. I like that.
Destination reached. Scylla.
Oh my gosh, no. Same party. Nice, you don't have to do a thing, you just hit X when it goes in there. Hell yeah. Sweet. Okay, I was wondering what the notification was. Whenever I get an achievement on Xbox, it sends me a notification on my phone. Nice. She's cheesing. She's like, yay, Legos. That's cool. Oh, what? I thought the laptop was plugged in. Huh. Oh, whoa. I wasn't even looking at the screen. Yes. This is what I'm talking
This is
about.
real space, isn't it? Empty, silent. I never thought I'd see the like. I'd look up at night, but...
I only ever seen this asteroid in the pages of thrilling space adventures.
Okay, thanks for that. Kinda reminds me of a dude from, what was that game I played recently? Until Dawn? Can't remember what the hell his name was, though. Okay. What is this? Biggest time? Got a vending machine skipped. Okay. Nope. Hey, oh. For some reason I thought that was a double jump. Oh. Go this way, don't matter me.
Oh, I seen one of these before. This here's Planet Maker Upper? Terraformer, that's the word.
Seems pointless, though. You gotta leave it on forever. And the pylons. Else the air just drifts off.
Hey, outlaw. You know, you didn't have to shoot me down if you wanted an autograph.
Shut up now, and you might get out of this alive. Can we hurry this up? I want that ship gutted before the primals find him.
There's a lot going on over there. Oop.
All right, hush it up.
I've got a daring as...
Guns Oh, I got wrecked. Shit. Probably switch to the assault rifle. Excuse me. Ugh. My nose is really itchy. Like, I think I was rubbing my face on my cat's belly earlier before I came in here. I think her fur is on my nose. Alright, let's try that again. I'm stuck.
Fair warning,
Okay,
outlaw.
around this way.
I've got a daring escape plan. You are gonna love it.
Physical activity discouraged. Multiple injuries detected. Would you like another suppository for the pain?
Way to kill the mood. I'm fine. Perfectly fine. Save your meds for these ruffians once I'm done with them.
Symptoms of delusion detected. Administering medication.
You get that thing away from me. Override. Override!
So stop.
What was that? I'm smashing.
Oh, he was blood.
This one's mine!
Multiple fractures, lacerations, and untreated burns detected. Signs indicative of sudden, violent crash landing.
Yep, that's me. No big deal. Just shrugging off my injuries as I stroll away from another flaming impact crater.
Also detecting constipation, hair loss, reduced fertility due to tight trousers. Recommend stimulant injection.
Hair loss? You take that back.
You take that back. How dare you?
Tremendous work, friend. Here I was readying a daring maneuver, and you've come and saved me the trouble.
Symptoms detected. Elevated heart rate, dilated pupils, increased sweat production. Subject appears to be terrified.
I'm not terrified, you bucket of bolts. That's victory sweat. The one and only. Wait, who's asking? Wanda didn't send you, did she?
He's like, wait, hold on. I don't know anyone.
I wager she told you to say that, the sly old bird. I swear,
like, wait a minute.
land on Groundbreaker even a moment tardy, and that busybody's already been up your ass an hour. You tell her these automechs are coming, and sending a hired stooge to rescue me from certain peril only furthers my delay. No offense.
None taken. I'll let her know the shipment's on the way.
Magnificent. And do please give Wanda my chilliest regards.
Huh? What? Why? I was like standing on a bonfire. I was like, why? What happened? Why? Alright. Nope. Well, might as well save the game. Okay. Wanda will want to know what happened. That'd be 10,000 for that. See the logic module, we have that. Use the stress signal. Huh. Let's go back and check that out. Doctor's over here. Talk to Wanda.
Heads up! Your back, Captain!
What? Ooh, I forgot that guy was there. I was running through and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll be fine. No, wrong. Not fine at all. Oh man. I think I might actually try to get to bed at a good time tonight. Usually it's like midnight or afterwards, but I think I'll try and get to bed at a good time. I don't know what to expect at work this week, because I think it'll be pretty meh. I don't know. It has slowed down a bit though, that's for sure.
Tougher than they look! There's something else!
Not again. Yeah. like trying to reload instead of actually using the the transition, y'all. I did have some caffeine today, so I wonder if that might be a reason that is why like I got a little hyper earlier and now my body's just like, nah man.
Welcome back. Do wipe the blood and space dust from your feet in the entry bay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Back to the groundbreaker.
The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
You got a minute?
Disembark, I have a minute. Every 20 point skill unless bonus upgrade that skill. Skill descriptions, character, give the details. Yeah, that's fucking creepy, whatever that is. Hey bro, what's up? I hear one of my cats getting yelled at out there.
You see we had a conveyor pull in?
Can we chat?
About to mess around on Dauntless a bit. Nice dude, hell yeah. So I'm not gonna be on too much longer, I'm pretty tired. Just wanted to stream for a little bit more and play it. Why don't you fuck shit up? I appreciate it. But so far I've just been doing a lot of exploring. I did get just wrecked up by one of the big boys.
Were I a gambling woman, I'd wager you're responsible for my mechanical safe return. I can't thank you enough.
Yeah. Level up. Dude, and I got a perk. Nope, wrong button. 50% experience from companion kills. For exploration in games like this. Yeah, I've been doing some exploring. I had just a couple encounters. But once I went to a new place, there was like, it's just like going around and trying to figure out everything and seeing where I get quests and stuff. Because you know, like you get a mini quest and it's just like, hey, guess what? Here's another quest. And here's another quest. Alright, cool. Oops. Vendor prices, companion kills. Ooh, add to them. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh. Let's keep going with dialogue a little bit. Defense for sure. The rest in the ranged. Ding-a-ling. Ringing that bell, dude. You have gained all of this. How many bits do I have? Oh, almost got 6,000. Just 4,000 more. And I can buy whatever that item is. I have a lot of stuff. Does it say? Okay. So does it tell you how much I have so I can be like, alright, I need to toss some of this away? I think we can go. Well, we can't leave yet though, because can we? Yeah. Because we can go back and help what's her face real fast. No, not the key, not the F key. I've been so eager to return. Oh shit, dude. Nice. I appreciate the bits, my friend. What was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 500? Oh, it says it right there. Thank you, Stream Elements, because I can't count. I appreciate the bits, my dude. For the big level. Oh yeah. Thanks for, what is that, a nutcracker? Like, sighing? I don't know what that, I don't know what that emote is. I appreciate that, my dude. Ow. Oof. So that puts me at 8. Go ahead and go back, and we should have enough persuasion now to convince Girl to leave and head back.
Heard from the lasses down on 22 that you...
One of my buddies said the other day that it depends on what level of difficulty you play it on, determines whether or not if your companions permanently die. I don't know if that's true or not. But if so, that would definitely suck. Yeah, it looks like the Nutcracker doing a sigh or right? That's funny. I appreciate the bits, my man. So what's this face came in yesterday and gifted a sub. I think it was random because he gave it to one of my buddies. Hasn't been here in a while.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Cereal? Cereal sounds good. Where are they at? Are they up here or something? I don't see anybody. Oh, fuck. Hey there, Sam. Scared the shit out of me. Yeah, what the ask Ada about Sam? I was not ready for that at all. It's 4 of the rooms are all open now. That's pretty cool. Dark matter bar? I thought it said knock you up bar. I was like, yo, not sure how many people want that chocolate. Figured I should start writing my thoughts down just in case I ever start losing my mind. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Purple berry crunch. That sounds like a fucking Riff Raff song. Hey, what's up, Victor? Or Vicar. Oh yeah, that's right, Vicar Max. Yeah, I forgot he was here.
Oh my gosh, Felix, you got to hear this. Guess who the villain was in this week's Virginia Young Girl Detective? Mr. Bertie Holcomb, that toss baller!
That's the episode with Ruth Bellamy, right? Been meaning to catch that.
Can we talk?
Yeah. What would you like to talk about?
Hey, Captain. I heard that
I like how
Groundbreaker's
Mass
got a real
immediately
good
disappears
engineer.
when you go to talk
A
to
lady
her.
named June Lay Tennyson?
Yes.
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much
That's right, I think she
experience
asked
fixing
about
actual
that.
spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
It's so odd to see all these faces and emojis basically making the same expression. Alright. Well, sometimes I'll go to make the smiley face, like that one you used up there, and then I'll notice it looks like, for half a second, it looks like I'm frowning. I'm like, oh, did I use the wrong one? Like, I didn't mean to do that. We could head over to engineering
Thanks,
now.
Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you
Yeah,
want to talk
totally.
about something else?
Nah, I'm good. Break time's over. This way? Whee. Whee. Yeah, I have a question
Welcome back,
for you.
Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Can you tell me about... there you go, automated gathering, automechanical? No, like these ones? Oh, okay, I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
Oh, sweet. Picked up a distress call. Can
Yes,
you play
Captain.
back?
Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed.
Expecting a video.
For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No! No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw.
Orson Shaw sounds familiar.
I'll be
Alright, thank you
here.
for... She reminds me so much of, what's her name, Gladys? From, World 2. I think I said that last time. Last time I played. Is that Dennis from Always Sunny? Which one? On the far right?
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be?
Nope. Nope.
I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
I can do that. Sleep sounds good right now. Okay. Oops. Yeah. Back to Terra 2.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
A little short video. Oh, you mean from the... Yes, okay, I see what you mean now. From the guy that was on the screen. Gotcha. Like I said, man, I am pretty sleepy. There we go. And... I like how it keeps showing the plasma cutter. I hold it up over your head. Thunder! Thunder! Thundercats! A lot of people didn't like that anime that they made back in 2000. 13 or 14 or whatever, but I really enjoyed it. I never got to finish it though, and I don't think they ever are gonna make more episodes, but I thought it was pretty neat. This one? Fast travel. Yeah. My delayed messages suck. No worries, bro. So it could be my connection too. Because with the PS4 I have it directly connected, but for some reason with the Xbox when I connect the Ethernet cable to it, it's just like, Ethernet cable? Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi? Ethernet cable? Which one? Which one? I don't know which one to use. I'm confused. Like, just fucking work! Definitely chose the wrong way. It's alright. We'll head on our way back.
It's a box!
Oh, I do not want to be here. Nope. Nope. Don't mind me. Gonna get wrecked. I think I can run for about an hour and a half. Found a flaw in you. You've been damaged too many times and your movement speed has now been permanently lowered. What? I can't dodge? Oh, it's one of those random perks. No, I don't want that. Hell no, I don't want that. Whole B to reject. It's mine. I stopped it to load like 4 times and didn't seem to load properly. Oh shit, Ofa. Alright, let's see if this works now.
Ever consider the Marauder life? It's pretty sweet. And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really is the masked marketeer. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Alright, see you back there. Yeah. Let's try it. I wanted to hit X, I'm like, I don't think X is right. Dude, I was recording the episode of Sekiro right before I started streaming today. Gonna reload? Okay. That should be better.
I'm not in the lightest of humors right now. We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
She joined up with a band of marauders. They had
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe
Saw
who
that
doesn't
way
know a
quicker.
barrel
Yeah.
from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
There's nothing left for you here. Time to go back to Edgewater.
The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here.
I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
I switched to data because with this Wi-Fi is garbage. Be careful with that, bro, because I was watching when I streamed the other day and I switched over to raid my friend Lithia. I forgot that I didn't have Wi-Fi on. I had my data on, and I used all of it like in just the short amount of time that I was in her stream. I think I was in one of my buddies. Is when I learned it the first time. I was in a buddy's stream, and I think I was in there for maybe a half hour, and I used a gig's worth of data. I was like, I mean, if you have unlimited data, no worries. But I have to buy mine. I forget that people can have unlimited data. LA's not gonna forgive us. She'd never talk to us again. Thomas told me the same thing. Leave her behind.
You better be sure about this. We go back to Edgewater without Adelaide, she's never coming back.
I wonder if I can convince Reed to step down though.
Sure. Suit yourself. I'll be here.
Dude, I keep stepping on the bonfire and just scaring the shit out of me. Oops. Nope. Pressing the wrong button. Journal. So they both, like, everybody wants to go, but Adelaide doesn't want to because she knows that Reed's there. But he didn't really want me to kill anybody, though, so... Brody has been enemy Groundbreaker's engineer. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot she wanted to do that. I hit X and I didn't move. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, nice. You can fast travel to the inside of your ship? Fuck yeah. Did not know that. Vernas. Oh my. Slamming cupboards out there. Yeah, this is like one of my worries about when I stream like this. I honestly thought before streaming, I was like, man, I'm pretty tired. I don't know if I should. I was like, no, I want to play for a little bit. 2 hours in though, that's pretty good. I like streaming about 2 to 3 hours. Yesterday was 4, which I didn't even, like, it flew by. Tonight is going by a little bit slower. I think just because I'm
Your
so sleepy.
face is a site for sore ocular processors, Captain. Or rather, your headgear is.
Scared the shit out of me. What'd she just say? Back to the Groundbreaker.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Disembark.
Captain, could I have a moment of your time?
Yeah,
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts? Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Oh. What's a
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
He does, where we can find someone to speak French.
I've been thinking on that.
Not
As
sure
a former
yeah, like,
infamous
you can
philosopher
change it,
scholar
like, just
who
watch.
fled Terra 2 some years
I think
ago,
you can go under your
he's an
data
expert on
settings.
Bakonu.
Where
He's
it's at the
also
watch
who
you
told
did.
me of the journal's
I
presence
appreciate
in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony
You
could
should be able to
translate
see in
that
your
book,
settings, it'll
it
let
would
you
be
know how
him.
much you've used within the time you watch me. And you can see, like, I was just shocked. I'm like, oh my god, I used so much data just to watch the stream. I had no clue. I can't remember how much it cost though for mine. I think it's like $10 for a gig or something like that. It's not too bad. But I just renewed my, what is it? Service date, I guess, or whatever. I did it. It was like $35 for 60 days, and it comes with like 500 gig data, 500 minutes, and like 500 texts or something like that. So I don't ever really talk on the phone that much anyway. So I think today's conversation was the most I talked on my phone in a while.
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How will a crew manifest help us track down your scholar?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure
I
manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination. Thank you, Captain.
Bye, let's go. I mean, you stay here and I'm gonna go take care of it. I wonder if you can just choose to have one companion. I think that's pretty neat. You can have two. Oof. It's been one of those kind of days where, like, anytime I go to move, my back's just like, oh shit. Ouchies. You too, yeah. I think it might be the weather. Might have something to do with it. This fucking weather is weird, man. Like, I posted something about it the other day on Twitter. I'm like, whoa, okay, I had, like, completely bundled up not too long ago, and then the next day I'm wearing, like, shorts and a t-shirt. Like, what the hell is this weather?
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh?
Cargo's worth a lot of money. Open. And it's raining. Yep, definitely. Not gonna make anything better. Dude, I was watching, like, right before you called earlier, I was watching Chase stream, and he,
Have you seen this man?
he was level 60 in baiting, and he fought this dude. I'm like, oh my god, he had to have had, like, 3,000 HP. I'm like, what is this man's health right now? Because Sarah walked by, and she's like, oh, what level do you think he's invading? I was like, well, I could do the soul level command. I was like, let me guess, judging by on the enemy he's fighting. And, can I get in there? No, we don't want to use that. And he started attacking him, and I was like, yo, that didn't do nothing. Like, he got a parry, and I was like, what is this man? And then, right after the invasion, he's just like, yeah, soul level 60. I was like, what? Like, shit, I thought it was like 125 with that much health. So I said something, I was like, what even
was the time I wanted
was
to be an
that
engineer.
person? Chase is like, I know, dude. What is this? Such a low level. But he said that he thinks he might have been level 90, which would explain, because if he's level 90 and he probably had like 40 health plus the life ring plus 3 and the ring of favor plus 3, like, his health was probably outrageous.
Junlei
His
Tennyson.
absorption was
I'm
pretty good
captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
Captain the Unreliable. Recently unshackled from the Groundbreaker.
Good for you. Hope you scared some sense into those bureaucrats giving you trouble. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
No, man, just chilling. I'll do what I can to help you.
Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Well...
Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard. Felix Millstone. Nice to see you out of docking bay. Keeping your nose clean?
Yes, ma'am. Been at least a couple weeks since my last nose-related incident.
Uh-huh. I'm glad to see you in a captain's custody. Just try not to steal any critical parts from my ship.
Oof.
It's possible I got caught lifting some spare parts a couple years back, but it was only just that one time. Honest.
I'd tell you to stay out of trouble, but I know you'll find it anyway. Whatever you do, just make sure I don't find out.
Do you want to talk to Julian?
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with
when I'm like,
actual,
you wanted to talk to him.
real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Yeah, there you go. Don't be shy about requesting time off if you need to compare notes in person. Silent.
Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
Hey, no worries. You take care of the ship, lady. Seems
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Oof.
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Is there no room for compromise?
None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive.
Shit. You need a contractor to work this out. I'm available for a
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
Got it, I'll take care of that.
Hold on.
Now.
There's something you should know before you go charging off.
Yeah,
the back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Okay. I'll get you those parts.
Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
I'm trying to adjust through my head. I'm like, which one do I choose?
Sorry about... Frustrating. Plus...
Nope. Crap, I was just trying to leave and now I'm in a whole nother conversation. No time train successor document anyone outside the family.
Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gang, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer.
Ooh. That's nice. If I don't respond for a second, it's because I'm beating up. You're fine, dude. I'm sorry, Jinli. I'm sure those were some big shoes.
Appreciate it. There wasn't much that took me by surprise about the job, but the little things you never expect or think about, they add up over time.
She's
Maybe
an
you can see
engineer,
why I'm
what do you
protective of
expect?
Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about. You've got my attention.
We'll be on our way. Oops. So that's hospital sticks pretty good in damage. 135. I don't think any of my melee weapons are any that high. The flintlock pistol, you fucking kidding? Extreme distraction, until they hit off. Check on the party on the back ship, see how things progress between two of them. Alright. I think this is actually a good spot to stop, you guys. I am balancing between, like, being awake and not awake for the last, like, half hour now. So, I appreciate everybody who stopped by. You guys are amazing. Appreciate the bits, my dude. 500 bits. There we go. It says it right there at the top of chat. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, dude, sleep. I'm so tired. But yeah, I don't know. What's today? Today's Monday. Let me look at the calendar real fast. We'll see about, I don't know, I might, because I have a short shift on Tuesday, so I might stream tomorrow. But I don't think I will Tuesday. So if I don't stream tomorrow, then this will be my last stream of the year. So thank you guys for participating in that. But if I do, then I welcome you to the last stream of the year tomorrow. We'll see how that works out, though. We'll see what the timing's like. Don't. I'm not gonna say no. I know what you're saying. I'm not gonna say it. But I was looking at it. I'm like, oh yeah, this will be my last one until next year. Cool. Last time. Stop. Okay. Alright, you guys will have a good night. I'll be back shortly. Thank you so much for hanging out. And I will see you guys later.